started with Guitar Ingenuity. For those of you who are long-time subscribers, you will probably recognize the green backdrop and yeah, my typical setup here with the amp on my right and the guitar on my left. So I'm back to normal again, and I will talk about that in my new YouTube channel video. Today, however, I want to introduce a new band for me. The band is not new, but I just very recently discovered them, if you will. And they go by the name Asteroid. It's right here. This is actually their second CD. So this is Asteroid Volume 2. And I love this band. They're awesome. Before I talk about the band members and just a little bit as to why I love their music so much, let me just briefly read through the track list. You'll find Garden, Disappear, Karma, Edge, River, Lady, Towers, Fire, and Time. So I do know, or let me start with, I don't know a lot about the band. Again, I'm a new fan. And based on what I found online, and it appears that they substituted their drummer a couple of times, but on this particular album, the drums were played by Elvis, and for bass and box, Johannes was in charge, guitars and box, Robin. So the record was recorded between November 2008 and March and 2009. I encourage you to go on Facebook and just put in Asteroid Band to just familiarize yourself with the band and so forth. So what I like about them is it's just the sound in general and their approach to songwriting, which is kind of unique. Therefore, it's extremely difficult for me to come up with comparators, if you will, like, you know, so for instance, I can't say, okay, this band, think of Led Zeppelin and The Who and yeah, all that doesn't really make sense. I think they're really so unique, yet so familiar in a strange way, as far as their sound and as far as song presentation is concerned. So it is heavy blues rock. I think that's the best way for me to describe it. I don't know if the band would necessarily agree. It's also very difficult when you talk about genres and try to put a band into a certain genre. I think their music is comprised of all different kind of elements, but heavy blues rock probably is the closest I can describe it to. There's a lot of swing and a little bit of jazzy elements paired with really heavy, groovy riffs, and it's kind of the album works extremely well as a whole. I actually think it's one of those albums that work best when you listen from the beginning to the end. So there's a nice flow to it. I don't know whether that was intended, but that's at least how it works for me. Even though I must say I do have a favorite track, I'm usually very careful with picking individual tracks, but clearly on this record, for me personally, the last track, Time, is just outstanding. I mean, this has everything that a song needs, and it's this type of song, you know, it's that type of song, when you listen to it, you want to be in that band. So I love them, and I also purchased their first release, and we will do a separate review in a couple of days from now. But for now, try to get your hands on it, Asteroid. They're also, for some reason, associated very often with the doom genre. I don't know if that necessarily makes sense, but I guess you could argue a lot of doom fans also appreciate the heavier blues rock stuff, so therefore I can see the connection. Again, Asteroid Volume 2, highly recommended. I got it through Amazon. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought, but I was able to get it, and I'm very, very happy. If you have any questions about the album or any other questions for me, as usual, leave a comment below the video, and if you haven't done so already, I encourage you to subscribe. A lot more good stuff coming up in the future, especially now that I'm back in my old environment. I'll see you next time. Take care. Till then, bye-bye.